The Asian Cup is 8 months away, but that doesn't mean we can't go over the groups. On today's episode of Team LA Talk, we will take a look at Group C of the 2023 Asian Cup, as well as another scouting report and the highlight of the week from the Persian Gulf Pro League. You know the deal, and you know what time it is. It's time for Team LA Talk. Which teams would Iran be grouped with for the 2023 Asian Cup in Qatar? Hey everyone, welcome back to Team LA Talk. For today's episode, I am joined by my good friend, Arash Ostovari. Arash, welcome back to Team LA Talk. Great to have you on the show, man.
Hi, man. It's nice to be with you again on the show.
All right, before we get started with the main agenda of our show, how are things going for you? I know you've been living in Vancouver, Canada for quite a while. Tell us how things are going in terms of your footballing career.
Yeah, as you know, I moved to Vancouver, Canada, and I recently became the coach of a football club here called Central Athletic FC, which they have some visions to do some programs step by step going forward towards Canadian leagues step by step, and still playing and coaching at the same time, doing my coaching courses here in BC Soccer, and looking forward.
All right, well, best of luck to you, Arash. And of course, when I make it out to Canada, definitely you'll have to come check out the club that you're coaching and playing for.
Yeah, definitely. Called Central Athletic FC, and we have a really good organization with a 5 years future plan to go stage by stage towards Canadian football pyramid.
Now, getting to the main part of our agenda, let's get right to the 2023 Asian Cup. Yes, the tournament will be taking place in January 2024 in Qatar, but let's move past that. As we know, Iran was placed in Group C, and Iran has been grouped with the United Arab Emirates, Hong Kong, and Palestine. Now, Arash, from your point of view, what have you got to say about this group for Iran? Like, what were the first thoughts that came to you when you saw the group?
I don't want to underestimate the opponents, as you know. I've never do that, but I think our group is fine. And group stage was never our issue in Asian Cup of Nations. And we have played against Hong Kong in recent years. I think it was previous World Cup qualification. Emirates was always a familiar opponent, as well as Palestine. So as you know, 2 teams will qualify to next round, and the best 4 teams who got in that third place will qualify to the next round. So group stage is not ever gonna be an issue for our team. We should more look forward to the next stages, as it was always our issue when we face our main opponents like Korea, Japan, Saudi Arabia.
Let's also not forget about Iran playing against Iraq in the knockout stage, but right now I'm really not in the mood to get into a very bad mood. I'm sure you can tell.
Yeah, of course. Iraq is a solid team as well, but as I said, we should look like further to the knockout matches. So I'm not really worried about group stage. And I hope that this time, because I'm really looking forward to see a really better performance from national team in Asian Cup of Nations. We have been waiting for it for years.
When I look at this group, I understand. Actually, let me just tell you what my natural reaction was, because I don't want to be that person who always has the same approach. I mean, I like your outlook on the group, but when I first saw the group and, and talking to other fans, other followers on social media, I right away said easy group. I did say that, but I very quickly realized, hey, you know what? Let me slow down a bit, take a few steps back. I actually think the team that could possibly give Iran a little bit of trouble, believe it or not, is Palestine. Just because I feel like that's a team that Iran doesn't play too much, and they even had a 1-1 tie the previous time they played against Palestine. So in your opinion, do you feel like Palestine could possibly be that kind of team that could be a little tricky? I mean, especially if someone underestimates them.
Yeah, it has been. Palestine sometimes has a really solid team. We don't play with them often, but it can cause of trouble. And to be honest, the teams that are more unknown for us, like we don't play with them often, they can even cause more trouble because we can't really analyze them as well as the teams that we are like play with them often. So I agree with you in that. Palestine can cause some trouble, even Emirates. Emirates was always a game that comes with tension as well as football. So that's the whole different story. Doesn't matter at which stage we're facing them, group stage or wherever. It's a match with a lot of tension and emotion, to be honest. So I don't see that as an easy game as well.
Well, I definitely agree with you when you said earlier that, when it comes to the Asian Cup, we right away focus on the knockout stages. And ever since the tournament was expanded from 16 to 24 teams, the Asian Cup, especially in the group stage, has become much easier because adding 8 more teams really changed the dynamic. Some people don't like the idea. I'll be honest, I wasn't a big fan of it when they changed the number of teams from 16 to 24. But at the same time, you also say it's not that bad of an idea because it motivates some of the other lower ranked teams in Asia to play harder.
Yeah. It was Asian Football Confederation plan, part of their program to expand football all over Asia. They wanted more teams to participate in Asian Cup of Nations. Of course, it's gonna decrease the quality because you're gonna allow more peoples to come in easier and a lot of teams to qualify from group stage. But it will also help football to grow in Asia in a bigger term.
All right, we got about 8 months until the tournament, Arash. But is it possible you might make some travel plans to maybe attend the matches in Qatar?
I actually have planned to go for this tournament, and I would like to see this, and I'm looking forward to it because I think this is really a time that we want to see something from Team Mali in Asian Cup, you know, and fans expect that. I recently saw an interview from Amir Ghalnoui that he said that it's really hard to change a 10 years mentality of Team Mali, uh, pointing at the defensive shapes and all Kairosh times and stuff. So it was actually a good news for me because this guy gonna play offensive, and I'm gonna like that. So I don't know how much you're gonna be succeed in this mission. He has good amount of time. I think 8 months is decent time. If they can help him with good friendly matches on FIFA days and stuff, to prepare Team Modi, because that's always a big issue for us. We don't really get good friendly matches. We either we get them too late or we don't get them at all. So I hope this time Federation can really cooperate, like with good matches to prepare the Team Modi, and we finally can see something good.
All right, well, we'll definitely have more to talk about involving the Asian Cup and some upcoming editions of Team Melee Talk. So, to our viewers at home, stay tuned. We will be analyzing each team from Group C that Iran will be going up against.
The player for today's scouting report is Habib Far Abbasi of Zobahan. He is 25 years old, has 11 clean sheets this season in the Persian Gulf Pro League, and he is known for his reflex saves and his good shot-stopping abilities. He's had a good season with Zobahan. Perhaps he can eventually get a call-up to Team Meli, the national team of Iran.
Iran's 3 keepers, Bayramvand, Hosseini, and Abidzadeh, all 3 of them are 30 years old. So clearly there needs to be other options, especially younger options. And of course, it just showed the highlights of Habib Far Abbasi of Zobahan. My opinion, this is I chose him for this scouting report. I feel that he deserves a call up to Team Meli. I mean, I'm not saying that he should right away be a starter, but I think he deserves a call up to Team Meli. What's your opinion on this?
Well, my opinion on this is that this player Habib Farabasi, he's definitely talented, and I can say that. But is he in Team Meli level yet? Honestly, I don't see that. Probably they should look into him for future. As you mentioned, our goalkeepers are aging, but I don't really see him, in my opinion, that he can make it at least till this Asian Cup of Nations.
Well, definitely appreciate your insight. I know you know the Persian Gulf Pro League very well. And of course, on upcoming episodes, there will be other goalkeepers on our scouting report segments.
And what about you at home watching? Is Habib Far Abbasi Team Meli material? Leave a comment down below. Always look forward to getting your input. To finish off this edition of Team Meli Talk, we have got some highlights from Paris Police's 4-0 victory over Golgohar, and we have the highlight of the week. They both involve Mehdi Torabi. Mehdi Torabi pouncing on a loose ball to put Paris Police in front. Later in the first half, he scores from a free kick. What a shot. And take a look at the highlight of the week. Mehdi Torabi with the opportunity. Look at this chip shot. Unbelievable. You've got to be kidding me. A dominant 4-0 win for Paris Police. Mehdi Torabi with the hat trick, determined to get this Persian Gulf Pro League title for the Red Army.
When taking a look at the standings, Paris Police, they control their own destiny. 1 point ahead of Sepahan. Going into the final week, let's also remember, all matches will be played simultaneously, so that way there's no monkey business or anything taking place. Now, when talking about the top two teams, Paris Police is going to play away from home against Nasaji Mazandaran, and Sepahan will be playing against Mes Rafsanjan. Both teams will be playing away from home. Now, what's going to be your prediction? I really want to hear from you first. I don't want to say what I'm thinking first. I want to hear what you got to say.
Honestly, I think that the both teams have equal chance to be the champion, because it's a final week, a lot of pressure, and anything can happen in this football. And honestly, this both team deserve it, because they really did hard in this league, and we can't really say for sure, even though first place is 1 point ahead, but anything can happen. So and I don't think anybody go for draw or whatever. So both teams just go for the full 3 points, because they want to just give it all they can. It's a do or die match. So I give them equally chance, and nothing is clear. And this has happened before, if you remember. It was in a season that Persepolis and Sepahan both had the chance to be champion when Persepolis become champion with Afshin Got B. So it was in the final week as well. But there is a point about Sepahan that I wanted to talk about it. I was honestly super glad when a coach like Moraes came to Iran, because a lot of people might not know him, but he's Portuguese and I know him very well. A very big coach with a huge experience all over the world, and very familiar with football in Asia. He became champion in K-League, in Saudi Arabia League. So I was glad that a coach on this level came to Iran, honestly, for Persian Gulf League.
Well, great to hear about the head coach of Sepahan. Sepahan definitely has been having a very good season. Obviously they're going to look back at some games that may have dropped points, but you never know. You just got to go into that final week, go for the win. You never know what can happen. But from your point of view, who would you like to see win the Persian Gulf Pro League?
I can't say that, man, because it involves red and blue. But I hope anyone who do their best in the last week can win the Persian Gulf, and they both deserve it equally, as I mentioned earlier. But there is also a quick thing that I want to point at about the last week. There is one of my lovely teams, Sanat Nafta Abadan, who is fighting to stay in the Persian Gulf even till the last week. So and I will be really hope that Sanat Naf make it to stay in this league, because they are one of the beauties of Persian Gulf League.
Well, of course, they're known as the Iranian Brazil, or Berzile Iran. Yes, I love the kits they wear. That's a team that has a lot of history, absolutely. And
Arash, as always, just want to thank you for taking the time to join us on Team Meli Talk. It really was a pleasure to have you on the show.
Thanks, man. It was nice to be with you on the show again.
And that's it, everybody, for this edition of Team Meli Talk. As always, really do appreciate the support. Make sure you get to our website, www.teammelitalk.com. Remember, this is your best source for the latest news on Team Meli, the national team of Iran. Make sure you find us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You know the handle, at Team Meli Talk. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Hit that notification button. See you on the next edition of Team Meli Talk.